Hey there, Rivermen fans. I'm Jason Ruff alongside Rivermen head coach Jordan Ernst. It's time for another edition of Coffee with Coach, presented by CXT Roasting.
I know you have your CXT one.
Yeah, I have
You
my
know what I
stuff.
got?
What'd you get?
My gift from Barks.
Oh, really?
I love Papa.
Oh.
They give me stuff like that because they want power play time. Alright, so they give me all kinds of nice little goodies sometimes. So
I was going to say,
Yeah.
Braden Barker's been getting a lot of
that's
power play
why.
time.
Hey,
Is
you
that
give me a
why?
cup give me a cup like that, you get power play time.
Okay, so now all the other guys are going to see is like, all right, if I want power play time,
That's
it's
it, man. Just bring a little goodie. Yeah.
So Kate Henry's going to come in here with something new for you.
Hey, whatever you have to do, man.
Well, the Peoria Rivermen coming off of 8 consecutive road games, and the Rivermen most recently 2 out of 3 victors against the Quad City Storm. Junkie, coming off that Quad City weekend, why was that weekend and specifically Saturday's game very important for the Peoria Rivermen?
Just try to dig through. There's always ways to win, and I do believe that if you buy in and you play the right way, we only had 13 skaters. We dressed 14, but we only had 13 that could play, and then we lost one at the end of the game, so we finished with 12. And just resiliency is big. I mean, when you never quit and when you do things the right way, and we talked about, we wanted power plays early to feel good about ourselves, which we did, and then we got the lead like we wanted. Then we knew we were going to have to hang on because they're a proud team also, and they had a full roster. So for us, it was more about just hanging around, doing the right things, and making sure our big dog Jack back there sees every single shot, and he saw every single shot. We talked even this morning, and he's like, nothing was too dangerous. We didn't give odd man rushes. We didn't give those dangerous shots. So anything he can see and outside the dots for him, it's a pretty easy game, and he made us look good again that game. But just the resiliency of the group, a group of guys, like I said, that a lot of teams could have had all those guys. They were available, and we're lucky enough to get them, and now they're here and they're great leaders. And we weren't happy with our game on Friday, not because of the end of the game loss. We just didn't play well the whole game.
Right.
And I know, again, we only had 14 skaters, but to us, there's no excuse, and we could have played a little bit harder. So I just love the way we came out that first period, especially in the third game of the weekend, and being really short like that.
Right. I mean, you had guys injured, you had guys on call-up, you had guys playing through injuries, and you're not in playoffs. You're a first-place team by a wide margin. It's very easily mentally to kind of check out and say, you know what, or make excuses. Oh, we're injured. It's tired. It's the third in a 3-3. It doesn't really matter all that much. But when you see a team persevere the way it did, be able to get 2 victories out of a possible 3, what does that tell you about the mental fortitude of this group?
It's amazing. I mean, it's, you lose all, and we know the guys that get called up as our best players, there are a lot of them are our best players, and you lose all those guys and all the injuries, and, guys on this team we're starting to have an added, a little bit of FU attitude that, no matter what you send our way, we're going to go after it. And we're not going to play every game perfect, and it's going to be, there's going to be some tough times, but just the, the internal fortitude and, the desire of our boys to make sure that they still persevere with all those kind of things coming at us. It's pretty impressive for me, and it's just they grow on you. The group grows on you when they do things like that, because now when things are going to get hard in the playoffs, that they're not just going to quit. They're going to try to find ways, and it doesn't always guarantee success, but at least you're guaranteeing no success if you quit.
Right.
You know what I mean? So at least it gives you a chance to have success, and we did there in Quad City the last game.
Absolutely. Now, you're missing guys due to call-up. A lot of teams missing ECHL guys because of the Olympic trickle-down effect. You've also got guys injured. How challenging is it to find players at this time of the year? Because we're only about a month away before the colleges let guys go, but everyone else seems like is either moving up or staying put.
Yeah, it's impossible. Like this week, we tried different teams in the Federal League, and I think we called 5 or 6 different D, and nobody's going to move, or they have certain deals that they can't move, and now we have a certain amount of players that we're going to have to go through the weekend with and do what we have to do, and that's what's tough. It's I talked about it for years. There has to be something that gives, because we can't get our the ECHL don't help us to get players.
Right.
And they take all our players. So at one point we're going to have something to, it's very challenging for a league. You only have the Federal Hockey League, which only has a few good defensemen in the whole league, and then you can't get them usually because they have their deals with the team. So you're kind of stuck with no players available, and it makes it hard. And that's where the danger of the injuries come in, and overplaying guys, and then fatigue and all those kind of things when you're playing 14, 15 players. So, I have my thoughts on it, and I had my things that I wanted to do. Unfortunately, nobody listens to me, so it's been that struggle. If you allow your guys to get called up, then you have 4, 5, 6 guys called up. It's hard to have a lineup, and then the biggest thing, it's hard to have a good practice.
Right.
Like today, we only had 3Ds in practice, so what do you want to do? You know what I mean? So now you just work on skill and work on different things. But it's been a challenge, but yet we needed the rest time. With all our games we had on the road and a really heavy schedule lately, and this weekend's our last of the heavy schedule.
Yeah.
So this is we're going to get through this weekend, and then after that we're going to again regroup, and we have a nice break in March there. We have a week off, so we're going to keep battling until that week, and then hopefully the trickle down effect, we can get our guys back and healthy guys back also.
Well, the Peoria Rivermen are getting some form of reprieve, at least in terms of the personnel standpoint. You had arguably one of the biggest signings in recent memory here. Jordan Ernst is coming back to the Peoria Rivermen. Yes, the big dog himself. How big a signing is Jordan Ernst coming back to Peoria for you at this point?
It's really, really big, but at the same time, the guy's, he's just another player. I mean, that's where we have to realize that, he's only been playing like 8, 9 minutes in the coast, even though I think he has 10 goals, he was playing great, but Jordan's a competitor. He wanted to play more, and unfortunately wasn't getting a chance. And we have a great relationship here. Our staff, Jordan with the team, and Jordan with the city. So, for him, I would say it's important in life to be happy.
Yeah.
And he wanted to play a lot, compete, and be happy. And Peoria became kind of his second home. He's been here for years now. So for us, it's an extremely big signing. Yet we don't need to put pressure on Jordan of being Jordan from last year. We just need him to be Jordan and play the game. And, it might take him a week, 2 weeks to make sure, because when you play 8 minutes a game, it's hard to kind of get traction during the season. So, we're just going to, our expectation, we're going to lower him a little bit. We know he's going to be great for us. But for me, it's just I want him to just fit in and be part of the group and be another player on the team that pulled on the same rope as everybody else, and he will. And that's what makes it phenomenal with Jordan. He just loves the team, loves the city, and he's just a team guy. He's going to do whatever it takes to make sure we have success. And but like I said, we don't want to put all that pressure because the team was still winning. So he's just got to come in and be Jordan, and we'll be good with that.
Right. He doesn't need to carry the load. You still got guys like Michael McChesney who had 6 points, 5 of them goals last weekend. You still got guys like Caden Henry who can put the puck in the net. You got guys like Braden Barker who can both play up and back. You got Alec Bear who leads the league in assists. You've got players, and like you said, this team was winning before Jordan Ernst came in here. All he has to do is be Jordan. But especially, I want to key in on one specific fact. Jordan is one of a few players who can play both forward and defense. How much of a help is that going to be, especially when you consider you have so many defensemen either up in the coast or injured?
It's everything, because right now we're playing teams and trying to find different ways that's going to work against them in the playoffs. So we're going to try different things this weekend also with Ernie, and him, he's a team player. He's going to do whatever it takes. He's going to play wherever we say, and he's just happy to be playing a lot and competing. So we're trying different things, and he's just a big plus because of it. Him and Barks are players that I don't know how important they are, because right now with all the injuries on defense, and you forgot to mention when you're mentioning all these players having success, our D-core has been playing.
Oh, absolutely.
Phenomenal defense. They're keeping everything on the outside, blocking shots, like the Fentons, the Martins, the Dennis, the Endo was the biggest pickup. I love his leadership. And then with our injuries, now you put a Barker back there, and then, Ernie if you have to. So at least you're not going to the weekend with 3 or 4 Ds. You're going with, a few more numbers that you could put in there if you have to.
Who do you think has been the unsung hero for the Peoria Rivermen these last couple of weeks on the road?
It's hard. We all have our part to do. It's so hard because some don't put up points, yet their leadership is outstanding. Our D-core, Marty always starts the game by pumping everybody up on the bench. He blocks every shot. He's starting to be the Martin we know. He's a leader. He hits every, if we need, let's say we're not physical for a period, he's the first one to throw 2, 3 big body check to get, he understands the game within the game. And then if you just look at points, the best player, I think the MVP on our team is McChesney, no doubt, the whole year. He blocks shots, he plays PK, power play, score goals, goes in front of net. I mean, there's so many. When you have success, it needs everybody. Like some guys you don't even think about that don't maybe play only 14 minutes a game, but when games are needed and they have to play more, they give us everything they got. So I mean, it's just that's what teams are. It's just the next man up, and everybody's got their role, and everybody accepts their role, and they're happy. I remember one game, Big E only played 3 minutes. And the next game, I needed him for 10 to 12 minutes, and he hadn't played in the first period, and he gave us 12 great minutes.
Yeah.
And he got 2 assists that game. So it's everybody that just has their role, and then our goaltending is just they're just phenomenal. All 3 of them have been playing phenomenal.
When you have a group that everyone buys into their role, everyone is willing to say, you know what, doesn't matter what gets thrown to our way, we're going to find a way to overcome it. When you have a group that has that mentality, how far can you think you can take them?
As far as they want to go. I mean, when you have a hockey team, you don't play not to win. You know what I mean? Like, you're building something, but I always say the mental part is something that's not worked on enough, and you have to build those guys mentally. You have to put them through a grinder to make sure that when they come out at the other end, they're a good smoothie and not a terrible chunk. You know what I mean? Like, they have to be able to, been through all emotions, all kinds of, I always say, challenges during the year to, get that mental part stronger, because there's so much ups and downs in hockey. I mean, you can have 17 good shifts and 7 bad ones in a game, and if you just stick with your 7 ones, you're gonna have it's gonna just pile up instead of just changing your mindset. So everything is important for us, and that's what we're trying to build the whole year. So it's a challenge mentally, physically as the year goes on, but to me, we play here in Peoria to win a championship, and I'm not afraid to say it because I don't understand teams that are just happy to make the playoffs. I don't get it. I mean, why would we work 6-7 months to not win? I mean, it never made sense to me. So we're preparing our guys, and if they keep grinding and doing the little things that count when the playoffs start, and we understand we've been there quite a bit in the last few years as far in the playoffs, so we know what's needed, and then it's up to them to keep buying in. And then of course you need lucky bounces, you need great saves. I mean, you have to get everybody hot at the right time, and we'll see how it goes. But when you have a kind of a picture on what it takes, and you train the boys that way, you get yourself a better chance.
You were just going to lead into my next question, because you've been to the finals before, you won championships before. You and I both know it requires a certain kind of mentality from a group in order to be a champion at the end of the year. It seems like this team is starting to get that.
They do, and then but you also need a certain type of speed and a certain type. I mean, there's a lot of different things, and you need a certain type of physicality, and and that's where you're trying to train your team or find the right pieces to make sure you have all of that, and that still doesn't guarantee you win.
Right.
It just guarantees that you get a chance to win. Yeah, correct. And then it's good bounces, good schedule. The other team's got 2 injuries to their biggest players, and I mean, everything kind of comes in the fact that it's hard to win, even if our league only has a certain amount of team. It's not easy to win. Every team wants to win when they start the year, and then you have to be a little bit lucky, and also, you have to know your personnel, and if you have the right like last year when we lost our 2 best defensemen at the end of the year. I mean, we could not find that penalty killer to block shot. Like, just little things that you need in every situation to make sure you're prepared for the playoffs.
Playoff format also plays a role, doesn't it?
It does. The new form, I love it. And I understand it's more like rink availability. It's hard when you get to a certain point, but I always said it's not pro hockey unless it's 3 out of 5 or 4 out of 7. That's just the way I see it. I'm old school that way, and I just believe the better team wins all the time.
Right.
If you lose in a 3 out of 5, the other team was better.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the way it is. You can't say, well, they were just hot for a game, or what I mean, like, they're just better.
Right.
2 out of 3 is so quick because, like I said, we have to start on the road a lot of times. Yeah. And it makes it really hard. You go down 1-0.
Yeah, you're in trouble.
You're in trouble right away because their goalie's hot, and then it's over. You know what I mean? So I like the 3 out of 5 format. I think it's the better team is going to win every single game.
Yeah, especially with guaranteed the last 2 rounds. First round, obviously, I mean, you have some teams like Huntsville, they can't even get their own barn for the first round.
And that's what's hard at this level. It's just the ice availability. I think everybody on the same page, we'd all want longer playoffs. It's just the availability of the ice that's hard to kind of imagine. The South especially, we struggle with those rings to get when we want. Remember, like Penn State, we had to play in a Birmingham game. So it's hard for them to get that ice. We're lucky here in Peoria for the most part. We've been pretty spoiled the last few few years we've been able to get the Civic Center for all playoffs.
Absolutely. Speaking of rink availability, the Rivermen are going to be back here at Carver Arena this Friday night for Looney Tunes Night, presented by Coke Construction. First 1,000 fans through the doors will receive a free Rivermen beanie cap, courtesy of Carl Health. You know, Jean-Guy, how excited are you to be back here in Peoria after spending so long on the road?
I am, but it makes me nervous. Every time you go on long road trips and your first game back, you get a little nerves, for the boys and stuff like that. And we're playing a very good Evansville team that are back dialed into their kind of scratch and claw and jump on your back kind of team that are hard to play against. And they have their whole team right now. And so they're all together. So it's we're a little nervous, yet at the same time I think it's going to be great to be home. And we just want to finish this weekend because then we only have 3 road games left the whole year. I'm telling you, the boys are banged up. The boys are tired. This has been, when I saw 10-11, I thought, okay, it's going to be good for the team. But it's been a grind. Like, we went to all hard buildings to play in, and it's been a grind with all the injuries and stuff like that, and having to overplay a lot of guys that I don't think it's. I don't think pro hockey should never have only 13 skaters, But we're in a situation where we don't have a choice. So we're going to grind it out this weekend, and then after that, again, we're going to give a few days rest next week, and then the schedule starts being lighter for us, a little bit nicer, so it's going to be more practice time and getting dialed in for the playoffs.
Could be worse. You could be playing in the Olympics right now, just game in, out, day out, man. Those guys have a crazy schedule.
Yeah, they have days off. They play a game, and they have a day off, and they play 2. So it's not like us. Well, I always say what the ECHL, AHL, and the SPHL go through, it's crazy. I remember in the AHL we used to have 11 a year, 4 and 5.
Really?
Like your Sunday afternoon, you don't even know your name. You're just there because your body's trained to skate, and you have no idea what you're like. Your brain is fried, and like it would be always like in different cities. We can play in Houston on a Wednesday, then we play in Chicago on a Friday. So you're all over the place,
right.
And. The minor leagues are not easy when it comes to schedules because most teams want them on the weekend, which is completely understandable for the fan base. Yet for players, when you play all these games in a row, it makes it, and us, we travel in a bus. You know what I mean? So it makes it a grind, but we have a team that's strong enough, as you can see with our record on the road the last, 8 games is what the boys are doing right now. I just tip my cap to them, but we just got to keep working.
And knowing how much you love Italy, you wouldn't say no to going to participate in the Olympics in Milan, would you?
Italy's just phenomenal. I was lucky enough to live in the southern part of Switzerland, the Italian part, for 4 years, and Milan was only 30 minutes away, and I was in Italy a lot. I love the food. I love everything about Italy. I love the way they live.
Yes.
It's like chill. Yeah. Like they call it Damani. Tomorrow. We'll do it tomorrow. It's always tomorrow. So yeah, I miss it over there. I miss my folks from Switzerland. Great people over there. So but yeah, excited for the weekend. Great test, and I love our schedule.
Yes.
Like, the Evansville, the Pensacola's, the Huntsville.
No more quad.
No more quads. Don't get me wrong, I think quad's a great team, but man, you get tired of playing those guys. And we're going to, Knoxville. So we're playing all teams that we're going to probably meet in the playoffs in the last weekend of the year. Roanoke, another great hockey team that's heavy. So I'm excited. I just want to get rid of this 3-3 and then take a breather and get the boys going again. But no, it's been a great run, and again, kudos to our players, man. I don't know how they do it, but they find ways, man. They're mentally extremely strong individuals.
Last question for you, and I've been hanging on to this one, waiting for the right moment. I'll bring it up now. If you could go participate in the Olympics in Milan, but you can't play hockey, what sport would you be participating in, representing Canada?
Man, you're putting me on the spot. That's a good question, man. That's a good one. Skiing people are crazy. I wouldn't go that fast and jump that high. There's no chance on that. I think with my legs and stuff like that, I think a speed skater I could be extremely fast. I'm scared now with my old age of fast things. I wouldn't go like those fast things. I wouldn't be part of my or jumping now. No. So yeah, I think speed skating. I could go in a circle as fast as I could.
Team or individual?
Individual. I played team my whole life. It'd be nice to be a hero for once in my life. You know what I mean? And if you fail, it's your own fault, and if you gain, it's you. So it would be nice. That's all I did was play sports, and I almost went to Olympics, by the way.
Really?
Yeah. So we had Wayne Gretzky called us a B team with felt like a stab in the heart. But we all went. So a lot of the guys that were playing Spengler Cups and all the big tournaments in Europe as Team Canada, we all went to Edmonton for training camp for a week to get ready for the Olympics because there was a strike, NHL strike at that time. And during the week we were there on the Friday, so we had practice Monday through Friday, and Wayne Gretzky was there because he's part of Team Canada. And there's a big press conference, so we're thinking we're going to see, like, they're going to say, hey, we're going to the Olympics, right? So I was pumped. I thought I was, and then so we go to this press conference, and then Gretzky's like, well, I'm happy to announce that, the NHL guys are going to be able to participate, so we won't need our B plan. So we were just, the second fiddles on there. So
you're like Herb Brooks, last night.
Yeah,
I almost made it. I was this close.
The great thing, though, is we were supposed to have a hard practice on Saturday. And the coach says, when he heard the press conference, he's like, guys, just go out and have fun tonight. He's like, we're not going to the Olympics, so don't worry about it. But we were like this close. So it would have been. We had a great crew too. A lot of good players that played a long time in the NHL, but we're not NHL.
You're
NHL stars. No, NHL stars are something else.
They are something. I think if it were me and I couldn't go play hockey, I would probably want to go do the biathlon, the cross country skiing and the shooting.
Yeah, that's a lot of work.
That is a lot of work. But I did cross-country skiing a little bit when I was in college, and I really enjoyed it.
I did it all my life, too.
Yeah.
But, like, it's fun just for fun. It's like a
race.
You're
heaving it.
Yeah. I think you can feel like a spy or something. You feel pretty good. Like,
that's why the reason that event exists is because of the Alpine divisions during the First and the Second World War, including the 10th U.S. Mountain Division. Mountain Division, that's what you had to do. You had to carry a gun, you had to go ski up and down hills and get into a position where you could, do your job.
Wow, and then so that's your lesson for today. I get those every bus trip, by the way, people. So every history lesson I know now. So that's awesome. Yeah, I like skating, man. I just think
I would have thought you'd be a curling guy.
I love curling. That's a good one.
You'd be the double tap guy, right?
Yeah. I just don't know if I don't know. It's I like skating. I was decent at skating. I'll just stick with skating. But curling's a great sport.
Yeah.
Fun sport.
I bet it is. Yeah. Oh, you said you got the legs for skating.
Yeah, skating would be a lot, more natural. Let's just put it that way. The curling part with my big legs trying to stretch them out while curling would be a little bit rough here. So my pants would probably rip on those. I'd have to have stretchy pants on those. So
well, how about we both stick to what we're good at?
Yes.
Rivermen at home this Friday, on the road Saturday and Sunday, all against the Evansville Thunderbolts. Face-off set for 7:15 p.m. on Friday, 7 o'clock and 3 o'clock on the road on Saturday, Sunday. Guy,
buddy,
let's have a great weekend.
Absolutely. Thanks for everybody.
For Jean-Guy Trudel, I'm Jason Ruff. This has been Coffee with Coach, presented by CXT Roasting.